Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. At EOS World, it is payday. So I promised you a video about EOS settlements coming out of orientation. If you go back and look at some of my previous videos from EOS orientation, talked about day one, day two, getting into a truck, and so here we are, first settlement. Now, let me explain this to you very quickly. They are a week in the hole on their payroll. So this is actually the third week that I've been with EOS. So we had orientation week, I ran the second week, and this is my first settlement. So what I did that first week coming out of orientation was Monday orientation, Tuesday orientation. They actually count Wednesday as orientation day because that's the day they consider signing leases, getting you in a truck, and getting you dispatched. So that is actually $150 for orientation. They give you 3 days. If they keep you a fourth day, they'll give you $200 for that fourth day. So I got held over a day. So I had $350 coming out of orientation. As soon as I got dispatched on my first load, which happened to be Friday, got my truck and everything Thursday, rolled on Friday, and delivered on Monday. So actually was able to go through the house, get my stuff. The load took me to Raleigh, North Carolina. I was actually able at a Little Rock area to go down to Aiken, spend 2 nights at the house, get my stuff in the truck, and then still deliver on time. So I considered that a win. And then that one load, because payroll ends at midnight on Monday, so that is all I had that week. So I had $350 from orientation, and I had that one load. Okay, that one load paid me $24.58. Okay, $24.58 was that one load over the weekend. Now, I'm not going to go through every bit on the settlement, but if you're a lease owner operator, you know you've got IFTA, you've got we have TransFlow. They charge a flat $50 for tolls, so you might spend $100 on tolls, but you only get charged $50. But then the weeks that you don't have any tolls, you're still getting charged $50. So I like it. I like the way they do it. Maintenance escrow, that's based on your revenue, and then there's a $50 a week up to $1,000 security bond, basically for owner operators. And that once you hit $1,000, it just sits in there. It's a security deposit on your truck. If you turn it in and it's in crap shape, they're going to keep it. If it's in good shape, you're going to get your money back. Everything else is just normal deductions. And of course, fuel being the biggest one, $653 in fuel for me. So we took home $795, $795 in revenue, plus the $350. I already got that orientation. So my first week, Monday to Monday, I did $1145. Not horrible, considering you only ran one load. The negative to it is you have to wait an additional week to get it. So I ran that load, went to the house, delivered it on Monday, ran the whole next week, and then here we are on Tuesday. That whole next week ended yesterday, and here we are on Tuesday. I'm getting paid for that first week of orientation. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So why do I tell you this? Because I think a lot of people, when they come to a company, they just think they're gonna get a truck, they're gonna go run a load, they're gonna get paid on it. And a lot of companies do that. A lot of companies, you'll run that load out of orientation, and it'll end on Monday or Tuesday, and that next Friday you'll be paid for that. So it's a very important question that you ask. I can answer it for you here at EOS. We're a week in the hole, but it's important that you ask those kind of questions when you're looking at different companies. What do I like about EOS? The operational processes are so easy. I literally just talked to my fleet manager about some time off I got coming up, but other than that, I don't speak to him. I do it all through the Qualcomm, all through messaging. I get my loads, I arrive, I depart, I scan them in. It's so simple. I have done nothing but paper since I've been here, big rolls of paper. So we do a ton of paper here, dropping hooks, couple live, most of it is a live unload, but it's a preload on the pickup. So it can't get any easier on that. Other than being a week in the hole, I have no complaints. So you've got to have the ability to transition to EOS, because if you're broke, you got no money, it's a slow roll. Because I was able to go home under a load, because my load delivered on Monday, and they wouldn't take it over the weekend because they don't work on the weekend where I was going. So it was perfect. I was able to go home under a load, and it worked out. It worked out real well. But if you're wanting to go home after orientation, and you're doing that while jeopardizing a load situation, then you're costing yourself money, because it's going to be, you want to get as much out of the gate as you can. But remember, it's just going to be a week delayed. Other than that, I mean, I'm not going to go step by step through this, but I just wanted to share 11:45 for week 1. I'm excited to share with you next week, because that'll be the second week I ran, which was the first full week of running here at EOS. I'm excited to share that with you next Tuesday. So definitely subscribe and like the channel, so you can hit that little bell so you can get notified when I do post videos. This is Down the Road with Steve. I hope you're doing well, guys. If I can answer any questions for you about EOS, please let me know. But I just wanted to be open, honest, transparent with you. I think EOS is a great company. I chose it because I could have a no balloon lease purchase on my truck, basically 4 years, and I own it. I got a truck with 180,000 miles on it, 22 Mack Anthem. Really nice truck. The guy before me drove it, took great care of it. I've got a few things I want to do to it, obviously, to make it mine, but it's I'm really pleased. Another question you want to make sure you ask recruiters about their truck situation. Some of the folks that I came through were not happy with the trucks because they're a little bit older. I think they were under the impression that trucks would be newer, and some of them brand new. You're not going to get a brand new truck coming out of orientation. They do get brand new trucks in, but what they do is they give them to their company guys who have been with them for a while, and they're rotating those trucks out. So your lease guys, you're going to get gently used trucks for the most part. Doesn't mean it's not possible, but very likely you're going to get a gently used Mack, Volvo, Freightliner, or International is what I saw there. And there was some KWs. So ask the right questions. Dana Savage is the head of recruiting. She's got a team of recruiters that would be happy to talk to you, but ask the right questions. When do I get paid? What kind of trucks am I going to be able to look at and possibly lease? What are the warranties? Is it an as-is? A lot of good questions need to be asked before you commit. But the good things about EOS, they provide you a Marriott hotel. The 4 Point Sheraton is all paid for. You get all your meals, you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everything's covered while you're there, so you don't have to spend a penny while you're there. But you do have to wait a full week to get that first settlement. But you will get your orientation pay and any layover pay that you had coming out of orientation as soon as you dispatch on your first load. So you do get some money right up front. What I'd like to see EOS do, raise that orientation pay up a little bit more, help guys out, because they do have to bridge that gap a little bit. But at the end of the day, guys, it is what it is. So choose wisely, have all the information at your disposal when you decide to come. But if I can be of any help, let me know. But also Dana Savage, great resource. She was a driver here for 7 years before she went into recruiting. She was the top driver at EOS, both company and lease. And so if it's been done here, she's done it. And so a great person to ask for. And that's Dana, D-A-N-N-A, Savage, common spelling, at EOS Trucking. It's Dana, D-A-N-N-A, at EOStrucking.com. Shoot her an email. You can drop my name in there. Truck number 2275, Steve. South Carolina Steve is what they call me. So South Carolina Steve, truck number 2275. Let Dana know you saw my video and you have some questions about EOS. And that's all I got. We'll see you next Tuesday talking about settlement number 2, which is a full week. And so, as always, guys, stay safe out there. Keep it between the lines. and we'll see you down the road.